What's up, you guys? When I'm in public, when I'm out and about, I pay attention. You know, um, I pay attention, especially. I always pay attention to society, especially when it comes to like the black male experience. I'm very racially conscious as a black man, and I noticed something. I noticed something. Black men have to deal with women differently than white men and other races of men. There's just a different way we have to go about with dealing with women as black men. Black men, we can't get away with certain things with women that other races of men can. You know, yeah, that's just how it is. Oh, what's good, Go Professor? What's good? What's good? I noticed this. I really started to notice this a couple weeks ago. Like I noticed this some even further back, but I am really starting to notice this. Um, Other races of men, in particular white men, they can white men and other races of men, they could just walk up to a female and have a regular conversation, and that woman would be like extremely interested and enthusiastic off of like a regular basic conversation from like a white man, you know. But if me as a black man, I come to that same woman, I approach that same woman with that same basic conversation, I'll be considered boring. Ain't that funny? A white man, a white man could go up to any female and just have a basic conversation about nothing. They can even have a lame conversation. Like a white man could go up to a female and have a fucking conversation about Pokemon cards, right? And the woman would be all enthusiastic and all interested and engaged in the conversation with the white guy speaking about Pokemon cards. But if my black ass goes up to the same woman, approaches her, and talks about Pokemon cards, that same woman would look disinterested and bored. If me as a black man, yeah. So like white men, they don't have to have game to get women. Um, I kind of noticed this when I will speak to women myself. I'll approach women, right? And whenever I approach women, with like a regular conversation, just a regular conversation, they look bored, uninterested. And that's whenever I approach women. Whenever I approach women with just regular talk, they come off as bored and not interested in the conversation. I've noticed this. Yes, that is true. Go, professor. I noticed this for a long time, but I never correlated it with the race. Like I could talk to whenever I talk to women and I have a normal conversation, they look, they come off like they're bored with my conversation. Then one day I realized that I'm like, oh, okay, it's because I'm a black man. Like there's different expectations when it comes to black men. Um, when it comes to black men in society, we're judged differently than other races of men. Women have a set requirements for other races of men, then they have a separate set of requirements for black men. That's just how it is. And women expect black men to entertain them. Women expect black men to entertain them, and if you don't entertain a certain woman as a black man, if your conversation doesn't entertain them, then they get bored quickly. But when it comes to other races of men, they can just have a normal conversation with a female, and that same female will be acting all enthusiastic and all interested in the conversation. But you as a black man, you come with that same basic conversation, you're seen as boring, right? Black men, like this is whole different set of standards when it comes to black men with women. Like black men, we're expected to be entertaining, extremely comedic, extremely funny, and we're expected to be extremely charismatic, you know, or we're expected to be extremely sexual. If you don't meet any of those requirements with your approach with women as a black man, a lot of times she's just gonna write you off, and yeah, and consider you boring. It's like black men, we're not allowed just to be normal, everyday people. You can't just have a normal conversation with a woman as a black guy, or you're seen as boring. Ain't that funny? I wonder, I notice, like, whenever I speak to a woman and I just give her a regular conversation, she seems bored. Like, what is this? Then, I'll go out in society. I pay attention when I'm out in public. Whenever I see a white guy approaching a woman or having a conversation with a woman, you know, he's just talking some basic talk, and I can hear when I'm out in public, when I see other races of men talking to women, I can hear their conversation, and I'll be thinking, man, like if I was a black man talking that same shit to that female, this same woman would be acting like she's bored. Yes, it is true. Go, professor. What you're saying is true. Like, as a black man, your shit has to be perfect. You can't. There's no slacking when you're a black man. Like, we're here to so much higher standards. Um, you have to be I know we've all heard this saying before. Black men have to be 2 times as better than everybody else just to get even worse results, right? Black men have to be 2 times as good as everybody else just to get a decent result. And that is true. And it's true in a workplace, it's true with women, it's true with everything black men have to do. We have to bust our asses just to get decent treatment. It's funny, black men, we have to be all these things to women, but other races of men, they don't have to be shit. Other races of men, they don't have to be good looking. They don't have to have a lot of money. Other races of men, they don't have to look like they're good in the bedroom and like how you saying go professor. They don't got to be tall. All these standards are only for black men. It's crazy, but let me get back to what I was talking about earlier, though. Then I finally realized why I'm getting this result with women. Whenever I come at a woman on a basic talk or intelligent talk, they seem bored. When I go out in society, I see other races of men talk to women, with quote unquote intellectual talk. And when I see these other races of men doing it, these women seem so interested in it. But I know for a fact, if me as a black man, if I came with to that female with the same basic talk, they wouldn't even want to speak to me. Because black men, we're expected to be charismatic. We have to make everybody laugh, right? We got to be the funniest person in the room. So if you're a black man, you're not making a woman laugh. If you're not making a female's pussy wet by saying freaky shit, they're not trying to hear what you got to say. You know. Then I noticed when I speak to women freaky, they love it. When I talk to women freaky, that's the only time I can sense a female is feeling my conversation. I have to take it to the freaky side of things. And I'm like, wow. Whenever I talk to a woman normal, she looks disinterested. And the only time I can have a female interested in my conversation or whatever is if I'm talking freaky to her. That's weird. Like, um, because I know most guys don't have to. A lot of guys don't have to talk freaky to a female just to get her engaged in the conversation. Whatever happened, just a normal conversation. So, like, oh, okay. I realize it's because I'm a black man. Okay, as a black man, you either have to be the extra sexual guy with women, or you got to be the extra funny guy with women. It's like you can't just be a normal dude. Go, professor. Are you there, go, professor? I'm finna drop this link. I'm finna It's crazy, man. Like as a black man, like go, professor. You can come on and join my live stream if you want to. I'll put the link in the chat. As a black man, you damn near have to be perfect to get women. It's crazy. It's like you have one little flaw, you getting They're gonna write you off. If your conversation is not entertaining, ooh, they're gonna write you off. And I always used to wonder. Well, I always used to wonder why am I having trouble with women? You know, I'm not no bad looking dude or anything like that. Why am I having trouble with women? Now I see one of the things I'm having trouble with women is because um, women they expect black men to be entertaining. If you don't entertain them or make them laugh as a black man, they'll just write you off. Like as a black man, you're expected to be entertaining to women, and that's probably why. That's one of the reasons why I used to kind of mess up with women. Cause I guess there's nothing wrong with me because just because I'm not out here acting like a clown trying to make every female laugh, and they want you to be that goofy ass nigga as a black man. They want you to be like that. They don't want you to carry yourself like you're a real man. Like if you're a black man who people take seriously, a lot of women will run away from you. That's what I came to realize. All right. If you're a black man who people take seriously, even if women find you attractive, a lot of women, if you're a black man who they take seriously, you carry yourself like a real man. A lot of women will they just won't fuck with you. As a black man, you got to be the goofy nigga. You got to be the extra funny nigga. You got to be the entertainment guy or the swag guy or we're not allowed to just be normal people. And I don't know. I'm still not gonna play that role. I'm still gonna be myself. Why put on the act? Like if you want me to put on the act, man, you better go watch a comedian. Go on YouTube, watch Cat Williams. Go on YouTube, watch Chris Rock. You're not gonna get that goofy ass shit from me. And I'm not saying there's nothing that there's anything wrong with being charismatic. There's nothing wrong with being charismatic. Don't bore a woman. But I'm not going to be acting a fool and acting like some damn stereotype just to get a female's attention. No, that's not me. Go, professor. Yeah, you said to me earlier your approach has to be perfect. Your tone better be subtle. You better look good to everybody. Your money better be large. You better look like you can rock that box like no one else can. 6 feet, etc. Go, professor. Do you have any experience with women as far as what you commented? Like, do you have what's your experience with the women as far as like you being a black man, and do you feel like women hold you to a harsher standard because you're a black man? Go, professor. Like, talk about some of your experiences. Because that's how I feel. I peeped that a long time ago. As a black man, you have to everything has to be perfect. It's crazy. Everything has to be perfect, but sometimes if you are that perfect black man, sometimes it could cause people to have like a haterism towards you. If you do fit that good image of a black man, you check all the boxes that women have, for black men. Some women they'll have something against you because you're that type of black guy who is that nigga. So it's funny, man. Like you don't really get a break as a black man in this society, but um, it doesn't really affect me like how I used to. You know, this racist society doesn't really affect me like how I used to. I guess I'm maturing. I feel like I'm above it now. But when I was younger, man, when I was younger, I didn't take it as well. When I was younger, I didn't take it as well. But now, as I got older, I just grew above the bullshit. Like a lot of the shit that I used to stress over and be mad about, it's like I could just look past it now. I guess I'm just maturing, getting stronger. Like it's funny, man. Like I go outside all the time. Whenever I see a white guy strike up a conversation with a woman, he just has a normal conversation. He doesn't. A white guy, whenever I see them approach women, that he doesn't have to put on this smooth, suave voice. He doesn't have to put on the pimp voice. The Mac Daddy voice. You know, Only black men had to do all that shit. Put on a Mac Daddy voice, the smooth pimp voice, to be able to get women. Whenever I see these white guys approach women, they just approach them and talk about whatever bullshit, you know. But if I had the same conversation as a black man to a female, I'm lame, I'm boring. It's funny. All right, YouTube, peace out. I'll probably be going live later, but peace.